Nick, now I'm going to ask you some questions now. First question. How much money did you make? How much money did you make?
Wait a minute. This is not sure. This is not the question. This.
Yeah, but he's not an accounting student.
Yeah, but there's no such question here. I think you should stick to this.
Okay. Here's the question. What will be the effect of issuing shares on ROE?
Are you an accounting student?
No, I'm a marketing student. That's what I said in the first question.
So this, you see this part here, this is for accounting students.
All right, what question do you want me to ask? All right, what?
Just any of these questions here, any one. Just pick one. Let's pick number one.
No, you do it.
Okay. How did ratio analysis help you in running your business?
Well, we used the profitability index. So it helped us know when how much profit we were making every quarter. So we could adjust our cash and adjust our output to make sure that we were optimizing our profit.
That's it? Can you explain some more?
Well,
it's about running the business.
No. We made lots of money, so.
See? We made lots of money.
It helped us make lots of money.
Okay, in this part of the exam, it's still obvious that the examiner is still not prepared, not very clear what her role is. This partly stems from coming in late, right at the beginning, and not talking the exam through with her fellow examiner before they started. Only the questions on the rubric can be asked, nothing else. And in this section, where the examiner clearly deviated from the rubric, the second examiner should step in and ask a question. They should not, however, make it clear to the candidate that they think the person they're working with is way off script or performing badly. And in fact, the second examiner here didn't really deal with it very well either. And obviously there is no place for arguing in front of the candidate or sulking, as the examiner did in this section. Nick, did you have liquidity problems? Can you explain your answer?
Liquidity? What?
Liquidity problems?
Liquidity.
Okay, doesn't matter. What are the components of production cost?
Production costs, we have things like the rent of the facility, heating, lighting, raw materials, labour, so marketing costs. I think that's about it.
Okay. Can you explain the various marketing-related costs that are reflected in the income statement?
The marketing costs?
Yeah, the marketing-related costs.
Well, there's the commission to the sales force, their salaries, their bonuses, the marketing, the website. We produce leaflets and flyers. We have conferences. We go to exhibitions. Those are the main marketing costs.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the examiner this time, the first question the student didn't understand. They didn't give them any clarification or backup. They just scrapped the question, made it obvious that the student couldn't answer it, and moved on to another question. And then they also asked a further question, all from the same content area. You should only have one main question. The other problem was that the second examiner was very obviously scoring and ticking their sheet in a place where the candidate could see what they were doing as well, so it was very distracting altogether. Okay, Nick, what are the main components of the balance sheet?
I think those are the income, so we get the cash sales on that side, and then the costs.
Yeah, okay.
The costs of production and
Right.
materials, salaries, that kind of thing.
Could you give me a bit more detail? How did you use it?
Well, I didn't really do the accounting.
No.
It was useful to tell us how, we obviously need to have more sales and less costs. So
Yeah,
we can see the balance
obviously.
between the two.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. All right, fine.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Thank you.
it. Bye. Yeah, fine.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
Yeah, see ya. He didn't have any business, did he?
No, it's
Good God, I couldn't
easy to
believe
do
it.
anything.
Oh, I can't. Sorry.
It's quite
Oh.
bad. Well,
Oh, bye.
bye.
Well, I think it's a zero
You
for
too.
that.
Zero
I think
for
it's
that
zero
one.
for
How
that.
about the rest?
I'm just going to give him 2 for everything. I forgot to write it down when we were going
Everything?
on, so yeah,
Oh.
I'm just going to give him 2. He wasn't pretty good, was he?
No, I thought he did pretty well in the SWOT analysis.
I think he probably memorised that bit anyway. They all know that.
Yeah, and I gave 4 for the income statement.
Why?
Oh, he seemed to know everything about the income statement.
Oh.
As you can see here in the rubric.
I think that should be I think maximum of 3. You're too
Okay.
generous. You're always soft when you're wrong.
No, all right, okay. I'll just
I'll
revise
just
it
put-
down here. Right.
I tell you what, you put 3 for everything and I'll put 2 and then it'll even out in the average.
No, okay, that sounds fair.
Yeah?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, in the final part of the exam, the candidate misunderstood the question. The examiner didn't really seem to notice. They certainly didn't do anything about it to clarify or to guide the student towards the more correct understanding. And also they gave very misleading praise and said, using lots of fillers you shouldn't use, like, okay, I see, yeah, okay, good. So the candidate thought they had done quite well. The examiner also cut the candidate quite short and didn't really wrap up the exam properly. The examiners then started to discuss the candidate's performance. They didn't even wait until the candidate had left the room. The examiners also compared scores. That you shouldn't do that. Everyone should make a note of their exam grades separately. There should be no discussion whatsoever, no exceptions.